Ha ha! Welcome to the 15th ElectroJet Rock Show. I'm Jett, coming to you from Las Vegas, and I have with me my esteemed co-host, Professor Electro.
What's up, rockers?
I want to remind you to like and subscribe to the channel, all you rock and roll fans out there, because tonight we're going to be talking about AC/DC. What do you think about AC/DC, Professor?
Well, they're obviously an iconic band, iconic rock band. Not the most progressive band, but very consistent. They've been at it for a long time and continue to sell out huge arenas. You know, you have the early AC/DC with Bon Scott, and then you have the later AC/DC post-1980 with Brian Johnson, and there's a little dividing line there in the middle. We're going to try to talk about both of those two eras.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So, yeah, I remember when I first heard AC/DC, it was probably the Highway to Hell album, which is a great album. That was the first one that Mutt Lange produced on it. It's got a lot of great songs, lots of great riffs on it. Beating around the bush. That one, oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, it's a great song album. I do like some of the previous stuff with Bon, though, like High Voltage is a great one, A Long Way to the Top if you want to rock and roll. What do you think?
Yeah, Long Way to the Top, High Voltage, TNT, Whole Lot of Rosie, Dirty Deeds. So those came later, a little later, I think. But High Voltage, I think, was a great early album.
Yeah, I like the song, too. Yeah, it really rocks. So then they got Mutt Lange to produce Highway to Hell, which is kind of an iconic album, has a lot of great songs on that, like I said. And then they did Back in Black, which is, I mean, Bon was an incredible singer, had the range, very cheeky lyricist, although he did say himself that he sounded like a weasel in heat. So I get that, I hear that. So I'm a little more of a Brian guy. I love the Back in Black album. It fully rocks. Angus Young, one of the greatest guitar players of all time. Seriously, totally shred blues. I love the band. Phil Rudd really hits hard, really crushes the drums. I love the whole setup. Malcolm's like the meat and potatoes of the band, kind of. He really rocks. The whole band really rocks. I really am a big AC/DC fan. What do you think, Professor?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Angus has that on-stage presence, too, that, boy, you know, he's just always moving, where Brian Johnson kind of has his, you know, his page boy cap over his eyes, and he's a little more static. But I agree, Back in Black is just an absolutely iconic album. And a lot of people don't realize how that changed the music landscape at the time. I mean, you had dance clubs playing You Shook Me. You had them playing Back in Black, where dance clubs never played hard rock. And then eventually they put, you know, like a dance beat to it. And very, very popular, even still today. And then, you know, Hell's Bells, Shoot to Thrill, Have a Drink on Me, What Do You Do for Money? You know, it's just a cut for cut, just a fabulous, great, iconic album. One of my favorites.
Yeah, I love those. I love, You Shook Me All Night Long is a classic track. Love that one. Really at the top of Brian's range there. Yeah, I do like also For Those About to Rock. That thing really rocks. And some of the later singles, but I haven't really listened to too much except for what was on the radio after, like, say, Back in Black. So I can't really say, but I do like the singles, and they're a phenomenal band. They totally rock, and their sales and their audience shows that. So, any final comments, Professor?
Yeah, I would feel the same about the later albums. You know, maybe Thunderstruck, there were some hits here and there, but for me, Back in Black is just, you know, it's just an incredible, iconic cut-for-cut album. And, it's, you know, whenever I haven't played for a while, that's the album I'll pick up and kind of just start playing, because it's that basic, like you say, meat and potatoes rock and roll. And it's just great stuff. Absolutely. AC/DC.
Yeah, I'll say it again. Angus Young, one of the greatest guitarists in the entire world. He does kind of do one kind of thing, but he does it so well. He's like kind of like a shredder blues guy with rock and roll thrown in. So, yeah, you got to love it. Well, this is Jett signing off with
Professor Electro, and don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys, especially subscribe. We need some subscribers, so we really appreciate your involvement.
Rock and roll!
Rock and roll!